How has blended teaching increased my power to teach? For me, there's a lot of power in being able to explain things in lots of different ways. One of the ways that I was able to do this with one of my 8th grade classes, we'd been reading things that were way too hard for them to read. These 8th graders had no business being able to understand the allegory of the cave, or A Modest Proposal, or T.S. Eliot's The Wasteland. But in blending the learning experiences for these kids, they were able to navigate those things. And as I had read Propaganda by Edwin Bernays with those kids, one of the things that we were talking about is appeals to fear, and how much of marketing targeted at us these days relies on appeals to fear. So what I did is I created a folder of all these different ads that I'd found online, and I had shared basically that folder with them through Google Classroom. And the students were then able to just explore the several different options that I'd found for them. They were able to choose the ad that they understood the best and could explain the best. So they brought that back, and it was a simple assignment where they were asked to explain what appeal to fear was using an example. But by blending it and giving them lots of digital examples and allowing them to take a screenshot of the one that they understood the best and that they could use to explain to me the best, and paste that into an assignment to explain it, was powerful for kids. They were able to choose the example that made the most sense to them, and that tells me that kids need blended learning. It helps me to understand why they need blended learning. As adults, we live in worlds that we create. We get to make decisions for ourselves all day, every day, but these kids, they are in those same worlds that we've created. We tell them what they have to do. We make their choices for them a lot, and by giving them blended learning opportunities and allowing them to make choices and to bring back the one that makes the most sense to you. They all still have to meet the same objective. They all still had to explain appeals to fear, but they were able to navigate it in their own way. They were able to find examples that made sense to them that they could explain. And in that way, maybe we give them a little peek into adult life, but what we really do is empower these students to show us what they know in the way that they're the most capable of showing it and creating that efficacy in them.